Today we're going to be looking at a pretty rare and obscure Mario plushie that not a lot of people know about. This plushie was made by the company Bandai in the year 1993 for the game Super Mario World. All of these plushies are really small keychains, and they are actually releasing these small plastic containers that you could find them at arcades. And since you could only find these at arcades in Japan, they became extremely rare over the years, and since they're really delicate, they're hard to find in good condition. So with that said, welcome to a look at the 1993 Bandai Mario plush set. Starting off with the first plush, we have the Mario. Now this design of the Mario plush uses the old overall colors. As while Mario's overalls weren't always blue, they were actually used to be red and his shirt used to be blue instead. And this is the design of Mario that wasn't used on many Mario plushes, so yeah, this is one of the only Mario plushes to actually use this design of Mario. As well, basically every plush from the early 90s used the normal Mario overall look, but this plush actually didn't. And well, I'm pretty sure it's one of the last Mario plushes, if not the last Mario plush, to actually use this color scheme on the overall, so yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, the face on this plush is very fragile as well, but a lot of details could get damaged. And one thing that you'll immediately notice about this plush is that the entire plush is made out of felt. So that means every single detail on this plush could get bent and collect debris over the years, so yeah, it's basically impossible to keep it in fully good condition. And well, the only way to keep these plushes in actually perfect condition is to just keep them in the plastic boxes that they came in, which probably no one actually did, so yeah, it's basically impossible to find a mint condition variant of this plush. But yeah, the eyes are made out of an iron-on material and they could get chipped and damaged pretty easily, and Mario's nose could actually fall off. The reason for this is that it's only glued on, and over the years the glue on the nose has dried out, and well, the nose could obviously fall off. And the mustache on this plush kind of looks a little weird as well. For some reason in some of the plushes he has a really big mustache. And I think part of the reason for that is on most of these plushes the nose isn't actually centered in the face, so it makes the mustache look like it's far under the nose instead of just being directly under it. As well, it seems that Bandai didn't really have the best quality control when making these plushes. But yeah, for the body of the Mario plush, the overalls could get damaged pretty easily, especially the buttons, because well, just like the nose, they're only glued on, they could fall off. And while Mario's left hand is in a position to make it look like he's making the peace sign like he would normally do inside of the games. And well, that's basically the entire plush. There isn't really much to say about it as well, but it doesn't really have a lot of details on it. It's just kind of a shame that these plushes were made out of some very delicate materials, and well, they could just get damaged extremely easily. And if you want this plush, you could look on eBay or Yahoo Japan, and well, but if you do see this plush, make sure that it's in good condition as well. But I've seen a few that are actually missing parts on the face. Next up, we have the Luigi plush. Now this Luigi plush has all the exact same problems as Mario as well, but it could get damaged really easily. The emblem on Luigi's hat is only made out of a felt material and is only glued on, so it could fall off pretty easily, just like the nose and also the buttons on the overalls. And the eyes used on this plush are basically the exact same as Mario's, except that they're a little bigger. And the only reason for that is that the Luigi plush is slightly taller than the Mario plush to make it look proportionally accurate, so they obviously had to make the eyes just slightly bigger to make it look good. And the mustache on this plush could once again kind of look weird, mattering on where the nose is placed, but I've managed to find a few good images of it so it doesn't look really weird. And Luigi's overalls could get damaged pretty easily as well. The overall straps could get unglued from the plush, and the buttons could also fall off over the years, so yeah, this overall just a really delicate part of the plush. And this Luigi plush's arms on his right arm, he's for some reason just pointing up, and his other arm is just behind his back. But yeah, one pretty cool thing about this Luigi plush is that it was actually one of the first ever Luigi plushes ever made. And it's within the first 5 Luigi plushes that were ever made, so yeah, it's a pretty cool Luigi plush and one of the earliest ones. And if you want this Luigi plush, you can look on eBay and Yahoo Japan, but this plush is actually a bit more rare than the Mario plush in the set as well, but I've barely seen it for sale at all. Next up, we have the Fire Mario. Now this Fire Mario plush uses all the exact same details that are on the Mario plush, except that his colors of his clothes were obviously just changed, and he's also holding a fireball. And well, this is probably the most well-known plush in the entire set, mainly for being the first ever Fire Mario plush. And well, this is also probably the most popular plush in the entire set that most people want, so yeah, you'll actually see this plush for sale a good amount as well, but a lot of people want it. And well, for the first ever Fire Mario plush, they actually did a pretty good job with it. I also do like that it's holding a fireball as well. There's no other Fire Mario plushes that are actually holding a fireball, and the closest thing that we have to that is today's Mario Galaxy Fire Mario plush that's just holding a fire flower. And all the details on this plush are the exact same as the Mario plush except for the colors of the clothes obviously just being white and red instead of just the normal blue and red colors. So yeah, this plush has all the exact same quality control problems, and also it could get damaged very easily. And the fireball itself could get pretty damaged as well. Since it's only glued onto Mario's hand, it could pretty easily fall off as well. The glue on this plush has just kind of worn out over the years. And the fire on top of the fireball could also get bent because it's just kind of a hanging piece of felt material, so yeah, it could get bent pretty easily. But yeah, this is probably the most common plush in the entire set, so if you want it, you could look on eBay or Yahoo Japan. Next up, we have the Yoshi plush. Now, one thing that you'll notice about this Yoshi plush is that it isn't actually completely flat, and it actually uses a bit more plush material than felt material, unlike the Mario plushes. As you can tell on these Mario plushes, they're just kind of flat looking, but the Yoshi actually has a bit of depth to him. Unlike the other plushes, he actually has a bit of stuffing in him, so he actually looks a bit better. And this also makes it so there's a lot less details on this plush that could get damaged, but don't get me wrong, there's still actually a few details that could get damaged pretty easily, like the eyes. The eyes are only glued on, and I actually seen a few Yoshi plushes for sale that are missing one of the eyes. So yeah, there's clearly one really bad thing about this plush that you obviously don't want to happen. And with a pretty cool small detail that I noticed on this plush is that they actually added cheeks to the Yoshi plush by gluing a little piece of felt material on the side of it. Now, even though this is a pretty cool detail that Bandai added, it could actually make the plush get more easily damaged. Since it's only loosely glued onto the side of the plush, it could actually fall off really easily and leave behind glue stains on the plush, which makes it look pretty weird. The Yoshi plush also has arms and feet on the side of it, which are both made out of felt materials, and once again, just like the cheeks, could fall off pretty easily. The shell on the back of it is made out of a similar felt material to the Mario and Luigi plushes that are made out of, and well, it could fall off pretty easily, just like the others. And one thing that's pretty interesting about Yoshi's shell is that it actually seems to be one of the only Yoshi plushes to use a saddle. Back in the early 90s, it was actually highly debated if Yoshi either had a shell or a saddle. And it made it so that some plushes actually have Yoshi wearing a saddle instead of having a shell, and this is one of the plushes that actually do that. And you could tell that it's a saddle because instead of having red in the middle, it actually has like a dark maroonish color or a black color. It's kind of hard to tell from the photos that I have with this plush, but I can't really tell what the exact color of it is. But yeah, if you want this plush, you can look on eBay or Yahoo Japan, but it's pretty rare. Next up, we have the Peach plush. Now, this plush uses basically the exact same style as the Mario plush, so the entire plush is basically made out of felt material. The hair on this plush especially could get very easily damaged because it's a big piece of felt material that's just hanging there, it could get bent really easily, which makes it so that the hair looks creased. The crown could actually really easily fall off, and the jewels on top of the crown could actually fall off even easier. They basically glued the crown on and then glued a bunch of jewels on, so yeah, it could fall off really easily, and sometimes when you see these Peach plushes, they'll actually just be missing all the jewels or even just one or two of them. But besides the hair on the crown on this plush, the rest of the plush actually holds up pretty well. The eyes on this plush are made out of an iron-on material, so they could get cracked pretty easily, and the diamond on Peach's chest could actually fall off pretty easily just like the crown is the felt material. And since it's only glued on, it could fall off really easily. That's the last detail on this plush that could actually get damaged. The rest of the plush is just kind of made out of felt material, so it could collect debris and dust. But there's no other big details on this plush that could get damaged really easily. And this is also one of, if not the earliest Peach plush that was ever made. And I'm pretty sure this was either the first or second Peach plush that was ever made. So yeah, it's pretty cool for having one of the earliest Peach plushes that were ever made, and for how early of a plush it was, it actually looks pretty good. It's just a shame that most of the materials used on it could get damaged extremely easily. But if you want this plush, look on eBay or Yahoo Japan. And moving on to the rarest plush in the entire set, we have the Bowser. Now, I was only able to find one picture that even had the Bowser plush in it besides the original image for the set. And I've searched eBay and Yahoo Japan, I haven't even been able to find a singular listing for this plush that have sold in the past. So yeah, I have no idea when the latest this plush was actually sold, so yeah, it seems to just be an extremely rare plush. It was also one of the earliest Bowser plushes that were ever made, probably within the first 5. And from the one clear picture that I have of this plush, it seems that the face is mostly made out of felt material. It seems like his eyebrows are just glued onto his face, meaning that they could probably fall off really easily. And it seems that his eyes and also his teeth are made out of an iron-on material, so they could probably get cracked and damaged pretty easily. And while the rest of his face seems to just be made out of entirely of felt material or some other plush material. And for the rest of the body, it seems to be fine. It's just made out of a felt material, so it could collect debris and dust, and the cuffs around his arms could probably end up falling off because, well, they seem to just be glued on. And well, strangely, it seems that Bowser's shell is actually made out of a completely different material than normal plush material. As well, instead of being made out of felt or just a normal plush material, it seems to be made out of somewhat plastic material, which is actually something that was really common with early Bowser plushes. As well, companies like Banpresto also use plastic on their shells, and same thing with Takara. And well, this is another Bowser plush that just made a really strange decision of using plastic on the shell. I have no idea why most early Bowser plushes use plastic on their shells, but yeah, it's overall just a really strange thing that most companies did. And well, this is another thing that makes this plush extremely fragile, as well. Not only is it fully made out of felt material, it also has this extremely delicate plastic material on the back of it. So yeah, the shell could probably easily get damaged just like any other Bowser plush that uses a plastic shell on it. But yeah, the Bowser is probably the rarest plush in the entire set, and if you want it, you could look on eBay or Yahoo Japan, but I've never actually seen a listing of this plush for sale, so yeah, I have no idea if it's even findable. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, then please like and subscribe and comment down below which plush in this set is your favorite, and yeah, have a great day.